Mike. Help me, Mike. Help me.
It's the same dream, night after night. I'm searching for Rita in the dark world, but something unspeakable starts chasing me. I never make it back through the portal in time. It's been more than a year since I foiled the Ancients' plans to grow an alien embryo in my brain, and still the dark world haunts me. Rita's murder is just the latest reminder that no place is safe from the darkness. Not even my hometown. Come in. The door's open.
Your mother let me in, Dawson. I had some more questions to ask you about the murder.
Didn't we go all over this before?
Yes, but that was last week, and you left out a lot. The witnesses said you and Rita left the banquet together. What happened when you two were alone?
Am I a suspect, Sheriff?
And we have to look at everybody, Dawson, especially everyone who was close to Rita.
Rita and I weren't that close, Sheriff.
Now, we all know you and Rita were an item back in high school.
That was 15 years ago. I moved away and only came back recently.
Yes, we checked. You headed up an advertising agency in Frisco, but you've been living with your mother for the past year.
Rita and I didn't really see each other much since I moved back home.
Well, just how much contact did you have with her?
Look, we only saw each other a few times.
I see. Were you having a relationship?
Well, I sort of wanted to have a relationship, but Rita didn't.
And that's why you killed her.
You don't really think I killed her, do you?
I think that memory lapse of yours is very suspicious.
Look, Sheriff, I cared about Rita. I want to find out who killed her as much as you do.
Oh, just how much did you care for Rita?
We weren't intimate, if that's what you're getting at.
I see.
Look, Sheriff, I'm going to be late for my doctor appointment.
I know all about your sessions with Dr. Sims, but the mayor wants you to make time to meet with the feds later.
Feds? You mean the FBI?
That's right. I don't much like the idea of them trampling over my turf, but the mayor wants me to bring them in.
What's Mayor Fleming's interest in Rita's murder?
He wants this case solved quickly with the election coming up and all. Seems he has some friends at the Bureau, and believe me, they won't go easy on you.
I wish I had something to tell you, Sheriff. I really do.
Well, if you remember anything, see me down at the station. But your memory had better return by today, or things won't look good for you.
I used to love movies about swashbucklers. They made me feel like I could be a hero. High school. Those were happier days. I'm probably the last person on the block to have a black and white set. The reception stinks in here. all I'd get is snow. I've been afraid of this closet ever since I was a little kid. I used to have nightmares about monsters coming out of it at night. This closet has been locked ever since I can remember. The key was lost a long time ago. My old turntable. You can't get records for it anymore since compact discs came out. It smells good in here. Mom must be cooking something special. Mom always loved this drawing I made as a kid. Too bad she doesn't care as much about my writing. This picture has been on the refrigerator for years. I'm not about to take it down now. I'm not hungry now. Maybe... Mom always kept the sink spotless. Mom looks pretty good considering all she's been through. Morning, Mom.
So it takes the sheriff to wake you up, Mike?
I think I'll eat over at Hank's for breakfast.
You should know better than to eat the greasy food at that diner. I thought you were going to start eating healthier. You're not in high school anymore, you know.
You know, you woke me up with all those pots banging.
Sorry, Mike, but it's time that you got up. The sun has been shining for hours.
I'm having a hard time getting motivated.
You know, Mike, you're late for your doctor appointment. You're never going to snap out of your depression unless you see the doctor. And after that, I'd like you to do some errands for me.
Gosh, Mom, you treat me like I'm in high school again.
Well, then start acting your age. You came home to recover from your nervous breakdown, which is fine, but you've been here for a year now. When are you going back to your job?
You're ashamed of me, aren't you?
No, son, I'm not ashamed of you. I just wish I knew what was bothering you. You were always full of energy and life. Since that nervous breakdown, all you do is stare at the walls.
I'm starting to get a headache.
Well, that's what your medicine is for. You know where to find it.
By the way, Mom, thanks for taking care of me this past year.
I love you, Mike. I just want you to get well again.
When I was a kid, my family used to gather here to watch television. These photos were taken when I was in high school. My father was alive then. Those were happy.
On giving hot lunches to the school children. In other parts of the country, law enforcement officials are still bewildered about the murder of local librarian Rita Scanlon last week after the high school reunion. When asked about potential suspects, Sheriff Willard Butler replied,
Michael, you and your kind are in grave danger once again. The ancients have returned. I am sending something to assist you. You must act quickly.
warned that this is the second local death this year and residents should always be alert. On the national news scene...
There's someone at the front door. It's a ticket for a traveling carnival over in the park. This bathroom always smells of Mom's perfume. I look like hell. I'll bet these pills are just placebos Dr. Sims prescribed so that I think he's doing some good. I think I'll skip a shower today. Bathing seems like such an effort lately. These photos were taken when I was in high school. My father was alive then. Those were happier times. Hey, that's Jack. He likes to think he's tough with that motorcycle and all, but he's about the only new friend I've made since I returned home.
Well, are you just gonna stand there gaping at me, Mikey boy, or are you gonna take a load off your feet?
What brings you here, Jack?
My motorcycle, dumbcoff. You need to have your ears checked. Actually, I stopped by because I saw the sheriff's patrol car drive off. I was worried about my favorite recovering mental case.
The sheriff thinks I murdered Rita.
Yeah, I know. I overheard Deputy Brown talking in the diner. You're the #1 suspect.
You overheard the deputy? That's great. Everyone must know by now.
It's a small town, people talk. But that could work to our advantage. I have a plan.
What should I do?
Not to worry, Mikey boy. I've been giving your situation some thought, and I think there are some things Sheriff Butler overlooked.
You know, Jack, I still can't remember what happened at night.
Nothing happened. You know that, and I know that.
It's hopeless. I feel like the biggest patsy since Oswald.
Don't worry, we'll get you out of this mess. Then we can party.
I've got an appointment with Dr. Sims soon. Let's get together afterwards.
You're seeing that, Quack? Don't waste your time with that head shrinker. Listen to your old pal Jack instead. Okay, we'll meet here after you're done with Dr. Sigmund Freud.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks for believing me.
Now, don't get all mushy on me. I'll meet you right here after your doctor's appointment. Until then, hang loose.
Even though I grew up in this town, I still find that a map helps me get to places quickly. I've been finding reasons to avoid going to Dr. Sims' office during the past week. Rita used to live just around the corner. It's locked. This sign says that the hardware store will be closed for the next 2 weeks. Paul Cooper took over the hardware store about a year ago. He lives right around the corner, across the street from Rita. There's Paul Cooper. For a guy who runs a hardware store, he doesn't keep his house in very good shape. Nice lawn, though. Hi, Mr. Cooper. I'm Mike Dawson. Remember me?
Sure, Mike. I remember you.
So how's the hardware store business?
Great. I've given myself a vacation for the first time in about 3 years. The store is closed right now. I'm just going to relax and water my lawn for the next week or two.
Does your lawn need that much water?
It's dry. It's always dry. Gotta get it ready. You know how it is. It's nice to have a pretty lawn. I'll have a big water bill, but I don't care. As long as it keeps pumping, I'll keep watering.
Say, Paul, how much longer are you going to water your lawn?
Well, the water bill's paid up until the end of the month, so I figure I can keep watering at least until then. Unless, of course, the end of the world comes or something.
Good luck with your watering, Paul. I'm taking off.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, Mike. Thanks for dropping by.
Why is the deputy standing guard in front of Rita's house? She wasn't killed at home. There must be some evidence inside that the police are protecting. Deputy Brown looks like he's taking his guard duty seriously. I don't think he's gonna let anyone inside. Is it okay if we talk, Deputy?
I'm not sure, Mike. What do you want?
You look like you're on guard duty.
I'm keeping watch over Rita Scanlon's house.
A week after the murder?
I'm just following orders, Mike. I'm not supposed to let anyone in. We've had problems with vandalism before.
When's your shift over?
Who knows? We've been working overtime at the sheriff's office ever since the body was discovered. This case is being given top priority. Unless there's an emergency or something, I have to stay put.
So how's the murder investigation going?
Come on, Mike. You know I shouldn't be talking to you about that. Go on now, let me do my job.
Hank's diner in the pool hall next door played a large part in my teenage years. I took Rita to the diner on our first date when we were both juniors in high school. Hank's diner isn't the swinging place it used to be, but Hank still does enough business to keep the place going. No one can make an ice cream soda as good as Hank's. Any flavor you want. Hank must be in his 50s now. He opened the diner when he was out of high school. The one entrepreneur this town ever produced. How's it going, Hank?
My back's been acting up, but otherwise not too bad. How are you, Mike?
I'm still bummed out about what happened last week.
Rita was a real pretty girl. I remember you two sipping your sodas and holding hands under the table when you were kids.
Have you heard any more about the investigation?
Deputy Brown stopped by to get some coffee and donuts on his way to Rita's place. He was saying that the FBI might be called in. Doc Larson was telling us some pretty grisly stuff.
I heard about the FBI from the sheriff.
Say, Mike, weren't you with Rita the night she was killed?
Rita was my date to the high school reunion.
Well, what happened? She got killed in the park near the Ramirez mansion. Didn't you walk her home?
I can't remember about that night, Hank. It's these headaches.
Mike, you and I go way back. As a friend, I'm telling you that you better start remembering quick. Deputy Brown was saying that the sheriff doesn't want to waste any time on this case.
I'm seeing Dr. Sims in a short while. Maybe he can jog my memory.
Don't waste your money on head shrinkers, Mike. Whenever I forget something, I just retrace my steps.
What did Doc Larson have to say?
He wouldn't go into any details because he wants to keep certain things from the public. I haven't seen Doc Larson so excited since that other murder.
What other murder?
Old man Ramirez. He died in a fire a few weeks back and left his wife a very rich widow. Funny how Rita died so close to his house.
Rita was murdered in a public park. How could they keep any details secret?
Doc Larson had her body moved to the morgue before dawn. Deputy Brown said the sheriff wasn't too happy about that. Didn't give him much of a chance to examine the crime scene first.
I lost my appetite.
You don't look well, Mike. Why don't you go out for a walk? Nice day for it.
I think I'll just do that, Hank. See you later.
Take care, Mike.